In this video, we're going to go over the collectible copy feature for ThunderPOS that has been added in the most recent version. This is going to go through how you add the copies, how you sell them, how you can set pricing on them, and kind of what the limitations are of the feature. So if we flip over to our machine here, you'll see we're in the item section with a pretty blank database. So we're just going to add a new item to show with this. So you still have your base item like normal. So we'll just call this a normal item. And we will set it up with 3 in stock at $10 each and 2 used in stock, and we'll just say $5 each. But we'll say here, so once we save this item, we can go under the More menu here, and then to Selected Item, and then Collectible Copies. And we can see copies of this item, individual copies that are special in some way that might have unique pricing and all. We can also set up attributes for those. In order to do that, we actually have to pre-select like what attributes are going to be on this item. To add attributes, which could be things like color, or it could be like condition is probably a pretty common one. You would just go under management and then collectible attributes. So we'll actually just add a condition here. So then we just add what our possible conditions are. So we'll say mint, near mint, good, poor. Not necessarily a complete list for a real store, but just for demonstration purposes. So then if we go back to the collectible copies of that item, under attributes, we can then say that this item is going to have conditions on their attributes. So then we can just add copies. So we'll add a copy. We'll say one of these copies is like extra special. So we'll say it's $59.99 for not a used copy. And we'll give the note that it is new in box. We'll say mint. And then we'll have another copy that we sell that's $2.99. It's used, damaged, and unplayable. So we'll say that that's poor on the condition there. So you'll see both of them are marked as not sold right now. We can delete them, all kinds of other things on here. You can search for other items that have copies. But the important thing here is when we go and sell this item at the register, if we just give it a sale, it'll ask us which copy we're selling. We can say generic copy, and it's going to sell it just like it normally would. Like if I say generic copy, we'll say no to the prompt used feature there. Then we will see that it just adds it at that default $10 price for a new copy. If we select one of these copies, however, it's going to sell it at that price. So one of these is a generic and one is our $59.99 used copy. So then when we sell this item, when we complete the transaction, I'm not going to do the receipt. If we then go back here and we look at the collectible copies of that item, we can see that that item was sold on transaction number 2. And now if we go and sell it at the register again, when it asks us which copy we're selling, since that item's been sold, it's not going to show us that as one that we can sell now. So if you want to make it available again, you would need to set up another copy or mark it not sold. So this can be used in a few different ways within the system, depending on what you're wanting to do. But the big things you can do with this, the reason to use this instead of just the normal conditions, is if there's a item that you have where the pricing varies wildly depending on the particular copy. And that would be our suggested use case. But we actually are, this feature is relatively new, so we are still taking feedback on it as of this recording. If you end up having any thoughts on it as you use it or want any further questions, please reach out to support. We'll be happy to answer and help with it.